What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Tyson and Gypsy King Fury says, after rewatching Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr., it's very clear to me that Anthony Joshua quit. He says he threw himself on the canvas a couple of times. He didn't want to be there. He said initially, I thought that, things happened and he just lost. He said, but after rewatching it, it's very clear to me he didn't want to be there. It's very clear to me that a couple of times he threw himself on the floor after not even getting hit by very hard punches. He just wanted to be on the floor. He wanted to be anywhere else but in the boxing ring. He says that it's going to be very difficult for him to pull himself up and get back in the game because boxing is all mental, and right now his mental is as fragile as they come. He stated that, he has to question whether Anthony Joshua even wants to box anymore at this point in time. And he stated that, it's time for Anthony Joshua to make a change the team around him, change the people around him. He says that he has too many yes men around him, and the fact that he has all these yes men around him in the sport of boxing, he said boxing is a brutal sport. You need people to be clear-cut and decisive with their opinions. You don't need people that's just going to yes you. He said you need people to tell you like it is, because this sport is about mental, right? He said if you have a fragile mental, it's over for you. He says, and looking at Anthony Joshua and his approach to the fight with Andy Ruiz, he said he didn't want to be there. His mental is as fragile as they come. I agree with Tyson Fury. He said looking at his body language, right, and looking at how he accepted defeat told me everything I needed to know, because he just clearly didn't want to be there. He says just looking the way he accepted defeat, he said he laid on the canvas because he was happy that it was over, right? He no longer wanted to be there. And I agree with Tyson Fury. My first initial thought was he's too happy that, he's too accepting of the fact that he just lost all his belts, right? His career, his image, his brand is going to take a hit right now because he just fought a guy who don't look the part, right? And perception is everything in reality in today's world, right? So he don't look the part, right? He came in on a 5-week notice, on a short notice, right? He's already lost to Joseph Parker, and you lost on the biggest stage in the world at Madison Square Garden in New York City at the most famous arena, right? You should be feeling a certain kind of way at the fact that you just lost and your image and your brand just took a hit. Not to mention, you had big fights on the horizon with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, right? So you should have been way more upset with the outcome of this fight. But it just seemed like a weight was totally lifted off of Anthony Joshua. He was happy the way things turned out for him, and he didn't care, right? Because the monkey was off his back, so to speak. And with that said, I agree with Tyson Fury. It does seem like he has a bunch of unnecessary security, unnecessary people around him, right? That's just with him and yesing him to death, right? So with that said, I understand exactly what Tyson Fury is saying. And a couple of times, just looking at the way he looked at the referee when he was on the canvas, told me a lot as well. His body language tell you everything. And Anthony Joshua body language in that fight, once he was buzzed, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he didn't even know where he was at. And that could have played a major part in it as well. But body language is everything. And his body language said he did not want to be there. And he accepted the moment, although it was nothing he could do about it, right? So we have to accept the things we can't change, right? So it was nothing he could do about it anyway. But with that said, his body language when he looked at the referee, his body language after the fight, it just didn't seem that of a man that wanted to be undisputed heavyweight champion. It didn't seem that of a man that wanted to continue to box. We could very well see the last of Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury also said that, he think that it's a bad idea to go right into a rematch with Andy Ruiz because it's so much riding on the line, and that Anthony Joshua still has that fresh in his mind. And he's either going to go overcompensate in this fight and possibly risk getting knocked out, or he's going to underachieve because he's going to be hesitant, right? And so with that said, it's very interesting to see how this fight plays out. But I just don't think that Anthony Joshua, if he doesn't have the right mindset, if he doesn't understand the changes that he needs to make to be victorious, to be successful against Andy Ruiz, I think Anthony Joshua could very well be in a world of trouble. And I think that most of the true boxing world sense this, right? That this could be the end, the beginning of the end for Anthony Joshua's career. Now we've seen, and people compared it to that of Lenny Lewis getting knocked out by Oliver McCall. That was one punch. He didn't get beat up by Oliver McCall. He didn't get dropped 4 times. He got hit with one punch, right? And that changed the fight. Same situation with Hasim Rahman, right? When Hasim Rahman took Lenny Lewis out with a one-punch knockout. Mike Tyson got beat up by James Buster Douglas, and he was never the same. Point blank and period. And this is the risk they're running with Anthony Joshua, with Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz Jr. styles make fights. And this is a bad style matchup for Anthony Joshua. And this is a huge risk that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are taking with his career. And it could very well backfire on them, right? Anthony Joshua could run the risk of never being the same. And you get multiple people saying this, not just us as media. But drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Do Tyson Fury have a point in saying that he believes that Anthony Joshua psyche, his mental has took a serious hit, and that he don't think he'll be the same? Do you think Anthony Joshua could be the same? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. Tyson Fury says Anthony Joshua very well could never be the same boxer he used to be. He was too complacent. He was too acceptant of taking a defeat. He looked like he didn't want to be there. After rewatching the fight, he threw himself on the canvas multiple times because he just didn't want to be in the boxing ring. He wanted to be anywhere else but in the boxing ring. Do you agree with Tyson Fury? Let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment in the comment section. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.